Hello, 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 and happy Thursday. This is day 13, I believe, of the Branding Bootcamp, dedicated to queens, entrepreneurs, boss ladies, power brokers, and everybody in between who is trying to grow a business, start a business, moonlighting, MLM, or you just want to add something new and fresh to your repertoire of being a human, then this is for you. We have touched on quite a few amazing topics, from social media, digital marketing, to how to walk like a queen, talk like a queen, and really grasp some of these ways of being that historical queens in our history have been. And now this week, we are really getting into the nitty-gritty of you, who you are, how you show up, and your business, the business of business, okay? And so what we are talking about tonight is walking the talk, a phenomenal woman walking, and how you can exude all of your femininity and do amazing business, how you can vacillate between your masculine traits, we all have them, and your feminine traits, and do amazing business. Whether you are in corporate, again, whether you have your own business, these tips and strategies work for you. Now, I did go over the lean canvas approach to business and that methodology. You'll have to watch some of the replays on that. So we reviewed the lean canvas, the lean blueprint, and how to incorporate that into your business. So there was some business training here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you missed it, go back and watch the replays. This branding bootcamp is exclusive to Power for Women Entrepreneurs on Facebook. It's a private Facebook group exclusive, again, for women entrepreneurs. You can find it at POWHER, Power for Women Entrepreneurs on Facebook. I am also streaming live on my YouTube channel. It's Billionaireology. One of these days, I'll get around to creating a course around that. I've had that name since I created my YouTube page a decade ago, right? And every time I say the name, people think that there's a course behind it, but not yet. Coming, but not yet. Your girl had to do some growing up and maturing in her own mindset in order to really arrive at the idea that, being a billionaire is a possibility. In this day and time, what's amazing about 2021 is that you can literally see the possibilities, can't you? You can see the possibilities of being a multimillionaire, decamillionaire. You can see the possibilities of being a billionaire. Whether you are living in that now or not, it really doesn't matter. You can see the possibility, because there's a millionaire next door, right? We pass by millionaires all the time. And so, and billionaire, we see them in the news everywhere. So it is definitely possible. Here's what I will say. Whatever it is that you are dreaming of, when you go to sleep, whatever it is that takes up all of your nighttime, that you go to places in your dreams and you talk to certain people in your dreams and you're living a certain way in your dreams, that can be real for you. You can wake up and walk in it. And that's what this is about. Dreaming, pulling it from your dream world into the world that you see, hear, and touch, okay? So tonight's boot camp is about walking the talk, a phenomenal woman walking, how you present yourself, and just some tips and strategies, again, going back to who you are on the inside is what shows up on the outside. And how can you close the gap between who you see on the inside to having the reflection in the mirror match what's going on your inside. So here's where I want to start. Think about all, and money plays a huge part of that, right? So think about all of the money that you have made in your lifetime since you started working. If you're like me, you started working when you were 14 years old, 13 years old. Think about the money you've made since you first had your very first job, right? So from the time you were 14 up until now, I don't know how much money you've made, more than $1 million, right? And when you think about the accumulation, the total amount of all of the money that you've made in your entire lifetime, what percentage of that money do you have left in your bank account? Think about that. Think about all of the money that you've made since you were a teenager up until today, May 20, 2021, right? How much money? And what percentage, Queen, of that total dollar amount do you have in your bank account right now? And I will say that, and here's where I've arrived at. Again, I've been doing a lot of personal growth, physical growth, changing this year. Like, I don't know if you feel it, but I definitely feel it in the atmosphere, in the sense that there is a lot going on and you need to ride the wave. So these are some things that I've thought about. If I have, say, 10% of the entire, of the total of all of the money that I've ever made in my life, that's not enough. That's not enough. Let's just say you've made $10 million over the entire span of your lifetime, okay? 10% would be $1 million. And even still, to me, that's not enough. We should have 50% of that money, 75% of that money. Some may even say 80% of that money. And that is my goal for this year. My goal is, if I'm going to be the woman who is a multimillionaire, a billionaire, having $1 billion business, a CEO, who do I have to become in order to operate at that level? From a physical perspective, I don't believe that you can operate at that level and your body be less than optimum. I think your body has to be operating at the highest level if you are going to operate a $1 billion business. That is just what I believe. I believe that your body is a direct reflection of how you show up in the world, who you are, how you operate, and your business is a direct result of that. So your body, your mindset, the words that are coming out of your mouth, what are you saying to yourself? What conversations are you having? Are you having conversations with people all the time and you're complaining about politics, about health, about the pandemic, about your business, your clients, or your lack of clients, or your product? Are you complaining all the time? Or are you having conversations that empower you? Are you having conversations that challenge you? Are you having conversations where when you leave that conversation, you're thinking, wow, I need to do something with my life. I need to go harder. I need to go at it. I need to go get something. Are you feeling charged? Because I guarantee you, if you feel charged after a conversation, whether it be a challenging one or not, we need to have challenging conversations, okay? They should not all just be rose-colored glasses conversations. You need to have someone to push you. If you're having those conversations and you walk away and you don't do anything about it, then that's on you, sis. If you're having complaining conversations all the time, check how you feel. Don't you feel, a little like down, like you really don't want to do anything? Have less of those conversations. Have more conversations that push you into the direction where you want to go. It's that simple. Tonight's conversation is really about, again, closing the gap between the woman you talk to and see and dream about in your head and the woman that everybody else sees, okay? We want to close that gap. The Branding Bootcamp is about helping you close the gap tonight. Phenomenal Woman Walking. If the amount of money that you want in the bank isn't there, honestly, you have to really take stock of how you present yourself, how you're talking, how you're handling your business, who you are around, the people that you associate with. All of that makes a big difference. And I'm going to get into my topics here tonight. I usually have an acronym or something for you to follow. I don't tonight. We're going to roll with this, okay? First and foremost, play the game. Now, someone said this to me a couple of months ago, and I was like, man, I've been playing the game for so long. I feel like I've been playing and playing and playing and, you know, negotiating here and doing all these types of things. And here's what dawned on me, that depending on the level you want to go and where you're at in the game, in a game, I'll say, the game changes, right? The rules change, the game changes. So I was playing at one level, comfortable at one level, and that's a certain game. But then as you want to grow and you move up and you start to associate with different people, the game changes. And she told me several times to play the game. At first, I was a little offended, and it was a challenging conversation, but then I got it. It's who do I have to become? Who do I have to be? And not in a let me sell Theresa short type of way. Not that at all. You will have to change. You cannot stay the same way that you are right now and be who you are called to be. It doesn't work that way. So you have to change. Don't get so bamboozled up in this self-development mumbo jumbo that you just zigzagging all over the place and never really going where you want to go. Make it make sense for you. Okay, so play the game, sis. Whatever that means for you. You need to change your hair, fine. Don't change your hair, fine. You need to get some new clothes, fine. You need to not get some new clothes, fine. Whatever that may be for you, first you have to understand where you're going, what you want to do, what your goals are for the year, and then adjust accordingly. That's what I mean by play the game. You get good at all of this as you go along. If you're never doing anything, if you're always sitting on the couch, if you're always watching TV, if you're never associating with anybody different, then you won't get to the point where you want to be. You need to, in order to get good at this, in order to show up 30 days, in order to show up 5 days in a row, in order to have a business and have clients, you've got to do it. There comes a point in time when, you know, no more workshops, no more coaches, no more this, no more that. Sometimes you just have to get up and do it. And so as you do it, as you continuously show up, take action, you will get good at it. I promise you. This is about how to be a phenomenal woman, and a businesswoman. You show up, you make mistakes, okay? You do. The more you do, the more you'll learn what not to do and what you're good at, okay? I use this analogy of when you bake a cake. My mother, well, my family's notorious for desserts, right? And I can cook, but I can't do cakes the way that my family can. Anyway, my mother was trying to teach me how to do the carrot cake, and I really want to make a carrot cake. I still can't make it the way that my family does. I can make a decent cake, but not like, oh, I've got tears coming out of my eyes because the cake is so good type of carrot cake. Anyway, my mother was like giving me all the pointers, you know, use baby carrot food and shred the carrots this type of way. I mean, it is a science. And I finally got through the ingredients. I finally mixed it right, you know, don't mix it so hard. Don't use the mixer. Mix it with your hand and all these types of things. And then put it in the oven. And I thought, whew, finally I made it. Let me put it in the oven. And she's like, no, you got to slide it in the oven really softly and make sure it's in the middle of the, you know, just all of these rules. And of course, by that time, I was like, man, I'm so tired of trying to make this cake. Let me just push the pans on the shelf in the oven and let it go. And my mother's like, your cake is not going to come out right. You did not put it in on the shelf the right way in the oven. And, you know, there you go. Just watch what happens to your cake. And sure enough, the cake was not like hers. And, you know, the first carrot cake I made, horrible, tastes like rubber. The second one, okay. The third one, better. The more I made it, the better it became, right? Still, it doesn't compare to my auntie's, but I can make a mean carrot cake. Saying all that to say, the more you do it, the better you become. So keep at it. Don't give up. Stay in the game. Keep practicing. Get in front of your camera and practice, practice, practice. Make sure you have your lighting. Make sure you have a backdrop or not, or whatever is comfortable for you, okay? Again, show up in a way that speaks to your audience and in a way that's comfortable for you. So the next thing I want to say is, going back to this negative conversation, don't be a hater. Don't, if you want to make money, you've got to be good to money. You've got to say good things about money. If you want clients, you've got to say good things about people. You've got to say good things about clients. You've got to talk great about clients. You've got to talk great about money. You've got to talk great about business. You've got to talk great about your business, okay? You've got to edify yourself. You've got to edify your business, okay? Don't be a hater. And the next thing that I want to say, it's a doubles game. So if you want 5 clients and you know that when you do a live stream, 20 people show up, you tend to get 1 client from a live stream, then if you want 5 clients, you've got to do 100 live streams. Just as a very simple analogy, right? So you've got to double down on your efforts. You've got to double down on what you're doing. If you want a double return, double your effort. I would even go as far as to say it's quadruple your effort. But just know that whatever you're doing, you've got to double down on it. Just go all out, okay? Just go all out. You've got to double down. Don't think that doing 1 more, 2 more, 3 more is going to get you to the highest level. Doing 1 more is okay. Doing 2 more is okay, but you got to double down on this, all right? And here's also what I want to say, some tangibles for you to take away. If you need assistance in public speaking, Toastmasters is amazing. Everybody knows it. I did Toastmasters twice, eons ago, but it was everything for me. And anyone who's completed Toastmasters will say the same thing. It is the basics when it comes to public speaking. And once you learn the basics, again, you can go high and far. So Toastmasters, listen to people that you enjoy, that you look up to, mentors and those celebrities and people like that who are popular, and just mirror them, watch them. I mentioned this in one of our other bootcamp days, that you need to find a muse, find somebody that you can mirror and just use them to say, this is where I'm going to start. I'm going to use her as a muse for how she talks, for how she dresses, how she shows up. You need some example. Again, you do not have to go it alone. You do not have to reinvent the wheel, especially with some of these items. Just find what's already in the marketplace and mirror that, all right? So one of the books that I read that really helped me also with just getting my mindset wrapped into business and how I show up is 48 Laws of Power. And there are times when I can barely get past the first law. And the first law used to be my nemesis. Don't outshine the master. For me, I am just a typical I'm a type A person. Sometimes I'm an A+ person, and I love to chat, and I love to mix and mingle, and I love to have conversations with folks, and I can go somewhere new by myself and make friends. I'm just that type of person. And some people can be offended by that. And there are times when I have learned how to really work a room, as they say, and that means you listen more. Really, that's all that means, is you just listen a lot more. So I have 3 last things that I want to share with you tonight. Again, how to walk and talk like a businesswoman and just be phenomenal at everything you do. Okay, phenomenal at everything you do. Excellence. No matter what you have, make sure that you are approaching it from a standpoint of being excellent, okay? Whether it is a book, whether it is clothing, whether it is insurance, whether you're selling real estate. You may not have a lot, but just whatever you have, make sure that you're doing it with the best of your ability. It's the best resources that you can provide at the time. So I always love the lady in the Bible who had oil. Her sons were going to be sold into slavery because her husband died and she had debt. And so the prophet came and told her to use whatever she had in her house. What she had in her house was oil. She didn't even have pots to put the oil in. Her sons had to go borrow pots for the oil. Can you imagine? She didn't even have anything to put it in. And so she was obedient, used what she had, and she was able to make enough money to get out of debt. Use what you have at your disposal right now. Don't worry about, it's not a lack of resources. You are not getting the clients you want, and your business is not where it should be because you are lacking anything. You have everything that you need. You have absolutely everything that you need at your disposal to 10x your business today. Okay? I want you to hear that loud and clear. Know that nothing outside of you can 10x your business. It's all from within. Okay, change your mindset, change your life. We've heard it 1,000 times, but I love it. Change your mindset, change your life. All right, so excess excitement. You cannot be boring. Nobody is attracted to boring. Nobody is attracted to, I need you to come and buy my business and buy my stuff and buy my, nobody wants to hear that, okay? We want excitement. We want seduction. We want to feel like if I buy her product, if I buy her service, the world might even change for me. Or she's solving my problem and I like it, and she's here for me and I enjoy it, and she's available for me, and here's my credit card. You know, we want excitement. We want a journey. We want to feel like we're a part of a movement. Okay, we want to feel excited. So infuse your business, your live streams, your videos with something different. Okay, some excitement. Play with the eye. We love it when someone shows up and they look different, they're talking different, their background is, we love that stuff, okay? Add excitement to everything that you're doing. Seduce your customers, seduce your audience, seduce your client. And I'm not just talking about from a sexual standpoint at all. I'm talking about from a standpoint of pulling them to you, okay, drawing them in, making them feel like they have no choice but to see who you are and what you are about. You want to draw them in, okay? Make them excited about what you are doing, okay? And they'll be your best brand ambassadors. The last thing I want to say is confidence. Now, confidence means different things to different people. For me, confidence simply means I have disciplined my life enough and disciplined my habits enough to where I know what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. What I'm good at, I shout to the mountaintops. I'm all over it. What I'm not good at, I hire out. I don't do. Okay? Point blank. And when you're confident, you know what you're good at. You shout it from the mountaintops, and you can show up on the cuff. And it seems as though it's so easy for you, and you exude this pride, like I know who I am, I know what I'm about, I'm good at this, and here I am. Versus, what do I do? Confidence also means preparation. Okay, confidence also means preparation. I've prepared. I know what I'm going to say. I've disciplined myself. I've taken the courses. I've practiced. You know, I know how to speak. I know how to show up. I know my business. I know how to handle my business, meaning I know my product. I know the fulfillment of it. I know the price of it. I know my return on investment. I just, you know, I know my stuff. And so because of that, you can show up in a confident way and you can talk to people no matter where you are, no matter the circumstances, no matter the situation. Remember, nothing outside of you has any effect on what's going on the inside. You are queen, always and forever in control. You are for always and forever in control. You determine this. You are in charge. Okay. I keep affirmations or just reminders to myself everywhere. So if you're ever around me and you see something, I'm not crazy. I just like to remind myself of things in my wallet, you know, in my gym bag. I'll always remind myself, hey, I am in charge of this. Okay, I decide this. I am the captain of my fate, excuse me. I'm the queen. I am a queen. Okay, I'm descended from a long line of queens. Okay, and so you have to remind yourself what you're great at, what you're good at, the things that you feel like you are lacking in, the traits and the habits that you're not good at, hire out. No need in trying to do accounting, okay? Hire that out. If you don't build websites, don't build it. Hire somebody to do that. Spend time on your MMA, money-making activities. Whatever your business is, money-making activities, MMA. That's all you need to do. Everything else you hire out. And the more you do that, the more you will be confident, the more people will see that, the more people say, hey, what's going on with you? What are you doing? How are you doing it? What are you using? You know, people, when you start to change, people will want to know how you did it because they want it for themselves. Everybody wants change. Everybody wants new. Everybody wants what's fresh. Okay. Everybody wants to feel as though their life matters. At the end of the day, that's really all we want. We want to know that our life matters, that we gave back, that our name meant something, our family is loved and taken care of, okay? And whatever we do on a day in and day out basis that helps us arrive at that point, then we're all the better for it. So if you're changing, people around you want to change too. And hey, it's one big happy party. So tonight is, again, phenomenal woman walking, how to walk the talk as a queen, as a businesswoman. Again, determine how much money you want, how much money you need. And all of these things that I mentioned to you will help you arrive at that point. Know your end game, know your risk tolerance, know when you want to arrive at that point. If you want $10 million in 10 years, you backtrack from that and you have to understand what you need to do in order to accomplish that. These traits that I mentioned to you tonight will help you get there without losing your sanity and looking good doing it. So you're going to play the game. Don't be a hater. Keep at it. Make mistakes. The more you do it, the more you'll be good at it, okay? Remember, take Toastmasters or some type of public speaking course. It will help you, I promise you. Exude some excitement into what you're doing. Be excellent in everything that you do. Doesn't mean you have to have a lot. Just use what you've got and make sure that you're using it to the best of your ability, okay? Again, I said make mistakes and have some confidence. Do what you do well. Everything else, hire out for that. Partner, collaborations, you know, all of those, barter, okay? Maybe there's somebody else in your neighborhood who's great at websites, somebody else who's great at accounting. You guys create a little group and help each other out. There are so many ways where you can get this done. Be creative. Remember, we talked about that earlier in the week, last week. Be creative, use your imagination. There are a million ways to do one thing, okay? Do not reinvent the wheel. There's something out there already that you can use to help you in your business. Use your time on MMAs, money-making activities. Remember, we want to get to this number that's that we want, that will help us live the life that we want to live. Maybe it's 10 million, maybe it's 100 million, maybe it's a billion. I don't know, whatever it is for you. Whatever that number is, play the game. Play your game. Okay, let me say it that way. Play your game. And know that depending on where you're at in the game and the level you want to achieve, you might have to play a different game. Be flexible. Roll with the punches, okay? Don't let anything stand in your way. Roll with the punches. I hope that this message was great for you tonight. It is a part of branding, knowing who you are, showing up, playing the game, and being a businesswoman who, you know, people can look to and say, wow, she stands for something. I like that movement. I want to follow her. I want to know more. That's really what you want. You want people to know more. Anyway, my name is Theresa Campbell. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow, Friday. Again, no live stream Saturday and Sunday. Next week is the last week. All right. If you have any topics that you would like for me to address pertaining to branding, digital marketing, online marketing, social media, email, videos, and all of that jazz, then place your comments in the sections below, and I'll make sure to address them. In the meantime, have a fantastic evening, okay? Stay on top of your game. Stay in the game, and just take it one step at a time, one day at a time, one bullet point at a time, okay? I promise you. In the end, you will make it. All right, Theresa, have a good evening. Ciao. Bye-bye.